I played 100 hours of Aruni and this is what I learned. I learned that the cool part of Aruni is not that she has a robotic arm, but she's a great operator for any support players that want to get more kills and raise their KD. One tip that you can do with Aruni's gadget is if you stand on it and get off of it, it will turn the laser on. So early in the prep phase, if you can find some way to put the Aruni gate outside, and if you stand close to it, it will turn off. So Thermite, put your thing on. So when it's about to go off, you stand off, it will break it. So it's kind of like an extra layer, but I wouldn't recommend doing this too often because it is kind of risky to get that gate outside in time, but that's one thing you can do. Let's show another example for how it works on a hatch on certain maps. All right, next example would be on a hatch. Now this only works on a few maps like Bank and I think maybe Clubhouse, but mostly Bank is one of the only maps I would really do this on. So if you put the gate here on top of the hatch after reinforcing it, and then we go back to this one over here. These only work if you are able to stand under it on top of a ledge. You need some sort of what do you call it, couch or something. So for example, if you come down here and then we stand on top of this one, it will turn off the Aruni gate. So Hibana, you can place it down. So then we get off and it breaks all of them. All right, now go to the other hatch. Now if you stand up here, it should turn it off again. Just in time. It's literally instant. So very good trick you can use with Aruni. All right, going to her loadout. Now, what's the best loadout for Aruni? Here, let me move my camera real quick. People might ask to use the DMR or the SMG. In my opinion, I don't use the Roni. The Roni without any kind of like magnified scope. It's just like an SMG 11 is your primary. The DMR is just way better because it has ACOG. It does 60 damage a shot. So it's a 2-shot to the body no matter what. Super high fire rate. And it's just easier of a gun to use. And I also use laser on both my weapons for faster aim down sights time. Now, people won't be wondering, oh, but I don't want to give my position away when I'm using the laser. Dog, trust me, a laser gives away your position no more than a regular sound cue would. And the higher you go in ranks, when someone sees your laser, it's just another confirmation of where you are in the room, or like that you're in that room, but it doesn't really give away your position that hard because by the time the laser disappears, you could be somewhere completely different. Yeah, very, very good loadout. I just spammed the frick out of the trigger finger with this one. So my hands are a bit cold right now. Let's see how fast I can go. I wish I could go faster than that. All right, now let me show you how to set up correctly. So this way you play consistent with the Aruni, because this is about half of my hours with her is just knowing how to set up correctly and your gates, ultimate, all your play styles. So I'll go over two of my favorite setups. We'll go on Skyscraper and Villa. Skyscraper, if you ever come across Exhibition, which is like the office area, pick Aruni because Aruni is very strong on anywhere with a lot of windows and doorways. And if it's very common for them to flood through those, by the time the gate just gets destroyed, you can turn it back on and it's like a mini castle. So it's very, very good. And if you're wondering if you use barbed wire or bulletproof camera, I would use barbed wire if you feel like there's a lot of gaps in the defense, like a lot of staircases or doorways people don't normally watch. And if you can lose the round to a back lurk like that, then pick barbed wire. Otherwise, bulletproof camera is still pretty good. So I actually use BP for this bomb site though. And also bulletproof camera in general, you should only use bulletproof if you know it's a good like late round camera or if you have teamwork. So first thing, you can put the camera down here. This could see the window, the breach, and any kind of holes you make. And if you really want to, you can pop the hatch and it's very hard to break it unless you obviously shoot from the side. Typical setup. Since I don't have to pull out a secondary, it's very efficient just to make head holes. I would avoid making rotates, leave that to the shotgun people because it takes a lot more time. But your arm is perfect for making head holes because you don't make it too large. About 3 of them is pretty good. And even positioning with Aruni, you want to like play her kind of like an Archer Tower from Clash of Clans. You kind of just want to post up because you're kind of an anchor, right? You want to post up behind a reinforcement where you are safe from almost everywhere. That could be a good example like right here. I am safe from the breach, safe from the window, safe from the staircase, stay from here, stay from here. So I'm like, this is kind of like my AFK spot and I can choose where I want to peek out from. Obviously you don't want to sit there all the time, but once you kind of helped out with reinforcements for the most part, I'd say you have like an intermediate time to set up. But keep your gates very consistent. Keep them in high traffic areas. For example, like, it's very common to throw things through here. Don't put them too far away, but a good Aruni gate is somewhere where you can reactivate it from a safe spot. I can shoot this gate from anywhere. Same with this one right here. There's a very good late round execute. No one can walk through here without them making a large sound cube. This is a bit of a trickier one because it's kind of hard to reactivate this one without exposing yourself. So choose that one wisely. But as you guys can see, like, learning how to hold pixel angles with DMR is your best thing on defense. Aruni is one of the only people on defense that has a DMR, except for Two-Brow, or you could say the ACSG or whatever from Alibi and My Show. That doesn't count though. But dude, it's a 2-shot kill. Even if you see a pixel and you shoot them in the arm, half their HP is just gone. It's just that strong. And then obviously you can kind of commit to some swings. If you don't really know how to play the DMR or hold angles correctly, I'll give you a quick thing. Let's say if I'm looking at the bridge right here, right? And I see someone move past my angle, I'm going to pre-fire and just track and spray the frick out of them. So I'm only exposing myself if I'm going to go for a kill. And DMRs are just, it's like an instant headshot. Is what makes them so good. But yeah, this setup is amazing. Try this out the next time you play on Skyscraper. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next, trophy bomb site. Now, I actually play Frost on here a lot. Frost is like very similar to DMR, ACOG, and kind of is posting up. Try out this setup though. It's very good in solo queue. You don't have to worry out on teammates too much. Gonna make some holes here. Now, the gates can be pretty flexible. Just put your gates wherever you think it's very popular. You can even get away with this one. You know, we have Hibana, Ace. People throw everything through this window, and you can reactivate it from anywhere in sight, kind of safely. Now, people usually reinforce this, but you don't want to because this is the only way you can see the closet hop in. I would actually advise reinforcing this one. I used to not reinforce this one, but I remember playing a long time ago with, what's his name, Merc, and he's like, yeah, you shouldn't open this one because you can get the closet can see directly in. And then obviously the last one can go somewhere like Astro, or you can even put it through here. This is a very good late round Aruni gate, but you kind of have to be careful because you can't put late round Aruni gates all the time because that means you are giving up a lot of map control. So just kind of like have a mix of ones that you turn on a lot and some ones you save until the very end. Always put barbed wire at the very bottom of the staircase, not the top, because if it's at the top, if I'm an attacker, by the time I hit the barbed wire, I see literally everything. But that one gives a sound cue. Last piece of barbed wire can, you know, you can even put it from here. Usually if I don't have a lot of reaction time when they hop in here, the barbed wire is pretty decent. Or we can do the Vietnam shot where you send them down the hatch. Even registers is good. But yeah, as you can see, I am posted up. Whenever I play Aruni or these kind of like log ACOG defenders, I am playing in a spot where I know my back is generally safe and I can focus on one power point. So if anyone hops through this window, I just spray them right there because they're vaulting through and they're going to soak up all my bullets. If I want to watch the back side, I got this pixel angle. I want to watch Asher, I got this angle and this angle, right? Or I can watch here. If this wall gets opened up, then obviously I can maneuver and play here now. Now I'm in another spot where I'm basically safe from all angles. This is usually reinforced and I can contest right here, right? Because you are a one speed. You can't get around the map very much and you shouldn't really be moving much anyways, right? If you want the DMR to be very good, put yourself in a lot of lines of sight where you can obviously take cover from. Because if I'm just not I mean, this goes for any operator. If I'm not holding anything, if I'm holding the map too passive like this, if I'm not holding anything, then they're just gonna keep pushing in and I'm not gonna apply any pressure. This not necessarily means play more aggressive, but find angles that you're comfortable with, but you will also have a lot of cover on. So this is kind of how I would play Aruni on almost any map, but I will say Aruni is not meant for every bomb site. I would say she's not really meant for... I can't really think off the top of my head, but I just want you guys to know that Aruni is not meant to be good on every single map, but that's okay. But she's good on maybe like 2 bomb sites every map. And one last thing, Aruni doesn't always have to be a anger. You know, don't be afraid because you have a DMR. You have high killing capabilities. Do not be afraid to be the first one that peeks out to get that opening kill. And even then, if her punch is one punch, you can have very safe runouts, or even if you want to hot drop a hatch, you know, you can just punch it and be instantly ADS'd. But that is my thoughts on how I would play Aruni and how I've learned playing over the years. So let's see some new gameplay that we've gotten in Siege X with her. Well, I was
blue.
Well, if you have a good trigger finger, then. Where?
Library.
Library.
Blue, they're on blue stairs. Library stairs.
Ash on blue. Rotating towards main.
Op 4, last operator standing.
No. That would have been the clip. That would have been the clip.
How y'all feeling about the new audio though?
It's fine. It needs to be a little bit more clear. It's directional, but a little muffled.
Yeah.
GG's, Atheno.
GG's.
GG.
5
Always
seconds
put the
left.
barbed wire there very low down so that we have some time to react.
Increased surveillance on bombs. Op 4 has a diffuser.
Razor wire up.
Oh god, I didn't put down my last renegade.
Whoa, reinforce!
Why is my game at like laggy right now? What? Bro, my game's like stuttering. What's better now?
A bomb has been located by Op 4.
I'm reloading!
Wait, that was a bad aim by me, but like, bro, that was actually clear as fucking sound. The sound was low-key goated right there. Where are they coming from?
Op 4, last operator standing.
Wow.
Mission successful.
Yo, my bad, Tub. Hey, my bullets don't know mercy. Yeah, don't be afraid to make your own angles with the DMR. You just let that thing sing. It's two shot, bro. Weapon is OP, man. Not too shabby.